Is anyone there? I'm having some chest pains and I can't find anyone to help me.
Ma'am, can I help you with anything?
No, I don't think so. I'm just trying to find a doctor to help me. No one's paying attention.
Well, maybe I can get someone
No, they're all quite busy and I'm not the only patient here. It's just a little chest pain is all.
Ma'am, at your age, that can be serious.
At my age?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean...
Oh, relax, Sonny. I'm just pulling your leg.
The name's Earl. Pleasure to meet you.
Well, Earl, it's a pleasure to meet you too. My name is Athena Towers. May I sit down with you?
Sure. I'm just here waiting for a friend is all.
Do you know when he or she will be along?
She'll come when she's ready. Be patient.
Good. That's a good quality to have. So many young people these days are in too much of a hurry. Always trying to get something done before they even know what it is they're doing.
It sounds like there's a bit of a personal story in that.
Oh, it's nothing really. I wonder sometimes if I've made enough of an impression on my children, my grandchildren.
You worried about the legacy you're leaving behind?
Yes, that's it exactly. Oh, listen to me babbling on like a fool. Well, a charming young man like yourself probably has so much to do.
Like I said, ma'am, I'm in no hurry. I'm just here waiting for a friend. I'm a little early, so I have plenty of time if you feel like talking.
Oh, I suppose. If nothing else, it might help to get some of these concerns out of my chest. I worry, you know. My son's going through a bad patch right now, and my daughter, that's another mess entirely.
I'm sure they'll get through their troubles.
I certainly hope so. My daughter, for all her issues, seems pretty stable, but I worry about my son. He helped me with a major problem I had several years ago. He deserves a little happiness in his life.
Oh, what was the problem?
A few decades back, my late husband and I lived out in the country on a farm. It was a small little thing, enough to support us. But right across from the street from us lived this group of utter fools called the Beams. They were, what was the term my son came up with? Recreational litigationists. They sued anyone that looked at them funny.
Sounds like a bunch of charmers.
You've no idea. They tried several times to sue us and take our land. One time, you see, my husband had this ugly old hound dog. Naturally, he adored. The Beams took the dog and tried to run him over with a tractor.
Oh my God.
Didn't work. The tractor just flipped over, and all he did was leave a tractor tire track on the dog's back. No injuries, just a morose look on its ugly face when it came back. But that's not the best part about these fools.
There's more?
Oh, yes. The straw that broke the camel's back, actually. The thing about the Beams is they like to sue people so much, and they got so little results that they ran out of money. And they stopped paying their lawyers. And naturally, their lawyers, sharks that they are, stopped returning their phone calls. So they called the local chapter of the Ku Klux Klan, said if they paid their bills for them, they'd let them have a rally on their land, which was right across the street from ours.
Lord.
Oh, yes. But I was not about to let them have their way without responding. Oh, no. My son at the time worked for a local newspaper. I got him to contact everyone he could think of through the Associated Press. Tell them that they had the opportunity to cover a real-life Klan rally, up close and personal. Press from all over the state came, and since the Klan wouldn't allow them on the Beams property, they ended up camping out on ours.
Amazing.
I'm not done yet. The whole time, I was providing the reporters with fresh turkey sandwiches, homemade pie, fresh homemade lemonade. I'd let them use the bathroom, and I'd be real nice and friendly. And when they finally asked me how all this came about, I brought out my scrapbooks.
Scrapbook?
I kept records of every frivolous lawsuit, every time they went through our mail, every time they moved against us. I showed them the picture I took of the tractor tire track on our dog's back. I made all of the Beam family's dirty laundry public. That, plus the Klan rally, they had a hard time getting waters after that. I don't let anyone mess with my family.
That sounds like an important lesson to remember. You put the beams in their place and you don't have to throw a punch or anything.
Only a fool needs to throw a punch to settle score.
So your son helped you out pretty big time then?
Well, we done dealt with the Beams one way or another, but my son Clinton Jr. and his news connections made the whole thing so much easier.
The child should be willing to help the parents in time of need.
Amen. Clinton Jr.'s such a good boy, but at times he can be a bit high-strung.
How do you mean?
Well, he went out of the country for a while to college overseas. When he came back, he brought some of the things he had up there with him. Among them, this old brass tobacco pipe. I didn't think about it for years until my daughter's twins were born, and they sometimes liked to come over and play in a kiddie pool. I didn't have many toys for them, so I cleaned up my son's old pipe and I let them use it as a bubble pipe. They enjoyed playing with it so much, and they were always so mellow afterwards and took such wonderful naps. When I told Clinton Jr. about it, he got so fussy, and he told me not to let them play with it anymore.
A brass pipe with a little bowl on it?
Yes, strangest thing. The bowl was much too small for tobacco. You couldn't put much in it. Barely usable for tobacco.
Ma'am?
Huh?
I don't think that was a tobacco pipe.
Well, what could it have been then?
From the way you described it, I think it's a hashish pipe.
Oh, well, that explains why he was so scared when I tried to sell it at a yard sale. We live 2 houses down from the police station, you see. My, here I am talking about myself so much. I really don't know a thing about you.
Not much to tell, really.
We have time, according to you.
True. Well, I come from a big family. Lots of brothers and sisters. The 2 oldest were Mike and Luke. Our dad, he was an inventor, had all sorts of wonderful ideas. One day he had a magnificent idea, one that would change everything. But Luke disagreed, said it wasn't that important. Got so angry at Dad for putting so much emphasis on the whole thing that it came to blows between Luke and Mike, who was fully backing Dad on the whole thing. Luke ended up leaving. We haven't heard from him since.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Luke made his choice. I just hope he can get over himself someday.
I can understand about having family that need to get over themselves.
Oh?
My son's wife, Hope, she had a mother that was as self-centered and arrogant as you can imagine. Hope wasn't the prettiest girl, so naturally her mother felt she was second class in her eyes. You could tell by the way that she treated her. She had no respect for her own daughter. But I made sure that Hope knew she would always be loved, always have a home amongst us. And I made sure that Hope's mother always treated her with respect, at least in my presence. What's so funny?
You mentioned when we first started talking that you were worried about the legacy you're leaving behind. I'd say you left a fine legacy.
You think so?
The way you told me you handled the Beams and Hope's mother, that shows real strong values right there. A good example for your kids and grandkids to follow.
Well, maybe. Oh, finally. Excuse me, doctor? Can I have a moment of your time?
Hello? Mr. Towers. It's good to hear from you. Yes, your mother's doing fine.
Oh, is that Clinton? May I speak to him, please?
Sure. She hasn't come down to breakfast yet. I'll go get her for you.
Oh, for heaven's sake, I'm right here.
towers. I'm afraid there's some bad news.
I don't understand. I'm right here. Why did he? I don't understand. I'm right there at the end of the hall. But I'm right here too. How? How can this be?
Remember the chest pains you were having earlier?
Yes?
That was a heart attack. I'm afraid it was a fatal one. You've been dead for the past few minutes, Athena. You died just as you stepped out of the door to your room. I'm sorry.
Dead? But you can see me. Does that mean that you?
I'm not dead. I'm just here waiting for a friend. Come to take them home. Come to take you home.
Me?
Yes. Your husband misses you very much.
Are you
An angel, yes.
an angel named Earl?
It's Uriel, actually. But Earl was close enough. Come on, live a good life. You've left a good example for your kids to follow. Come on, let's get you home.
Oh my, he's waiting for me?
Yeah, him and that ugly old dog of his. Made biscuits and gravy, got it all warm and ready for you.
Oh heavens, the dog's there too?
What kind of heaven would it be without the pets you loved in life?
Well, I guess that makes sense. Are you sure my children will be okay without me?
You just have to trust them. Trust in the example you set for them. Trust that they'll live up to the legacy you've established.
Whenever one of them said, just trust me, I always got the shivers.
Come on, let's go home.